What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 195 prediction video. Happens this Saturday. I hope you're excited for it. I am. First up, I'm choosing Abel Trujillo to beat Tony Sims. I think picking Brian Ortega to beat Diego Brandao is an upset. At first, I didn't think Brian would be able to withstand the initial barrage, but remembering the Tavares fight, I think he might be able to. And he does have some punching power. However, Diego is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so he will be able to hold his own a bit with the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Brian, who also teaches at the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy, y'all, he's also undefeated, y'all. So I'm gonna say he's gonna keep his O. This could be fight of the night, and I would call it that if we didn't have the main event that we have here. I'm looking forward to this one, but I'm choosing Brian Ortega. Now, Lawrence Larkin versus Albert Turnoff is going back and forth a little bit. Lawrence is a big welterweight. When he's on, he's very difficult to beat. He's very unpredictable. He's pretty much strong everywhere, and he takes risks. He's very creative, and he starts strong and fast. That's what maybe go back and forth a little bit there, because Albert does not really start that quickly. He doesn't really start very strong. He gets strong as the fight goes on, but he's very durable, great chin. I like the heavier weighted Russian cats more. They specialize in the stand-up game, but they have strong wrestling. They have strong wrestling takedowns, so they're more well-rounded than the smaller cats. The smaller cats tend to specialize in that wrestling, which is awesome, but their stand-up game isn't really sufficient yet. So I tend to lean towards the heavier cats. I'm going to go with Albert actually on this one. He has that punching power. I believe if he starts fast, he can disrupt Lawrence's rhythm and eat away at that cardio, because Lawrence has gas before. So I'm choosing Albert Turmanoff. Now, co-main event, we're seeing Stipe Miocic taking on Andrei Arlovski. Andrei's ranked number 2, Stipe ranked number 3. The winner of this should get a title shot. Even if Kane gets his belt back, they should get a title shot. Now, Andrei Arlovski, I don't know how many fight win streak he's on right now, but he has found his second win at 36 years old. Multiple Sambo champion, European titles, former UFC heavyweight champion, and experience he has it hand over fist over Stipe. He also has a great ground game as well, also has submissions, great chin, great gritty win against Frank Mir, but a spectacular win against Travis Brown there. Stipe Miocic, he actually started late, so even though he's 33 years old, in fight years, he's actually a bit younger. He's very athletic. He's like a four athlete sport guy. He's like baseball, basketball, everything. So he's extremely agile and athletic and dynamic. Hard chin is what we saw. He has won 4 of his last 5. A very controversial split decision loss against JDS, and I personally actually think he won that fight. That's why I say the winner of this should get the next title shot. This could be fight of the night. I want to say it could win. We could see an early finish in the first round because they have punching power. However, they both know that we will see respect here. We will see skill here. So I actually don't think it's going to end in the first round. It could go all 3. I don't know how this is going to end. Stipe has great takedown defense. We don't see him on the ground much. I'm going to call it for Andre. And the only reason why is I think experience will carry him through. Andre has a knack for finding the win. And the only way you can teach that is through experience, having been in every single situation and finding a way over that. So I'm going to say the old man, wily veteran tricks are going to carry Andre through. But I don't know. All right, main event. And we're seeing one of my favorite fighters, the UFC welterweight champion, Robbie Lawler, go against one of my other favorite fighters, Carlos Condit. And yes, he's the former interim welterweight champion, but even he doesn't acknowledge that belt because he said it didn't mean anything. So that's why it don't mean anything to me. Now, real quick about the rankings. When Carlos got this fight, I did a For Me to You video about do the UFC rankings mean anything. So I'll put the link in that in the description so you can check that out. I talk about it in detail. Quickly now, yes and no. The rankings mean something because you have to be ranked in the top 7 to get the title shot. However, how do you actually get there? We know Carlos leapfrogged some folks who probably should have got the fight before him. We also know that the rankings are chosen by some experts and also by media and folk like that. We don't really quite know who chooses it. That's why we see some odd movement. We see people who get popular sometimes move up after beating an opponent who's ranked way low. Sometimes we see someone like Tony Ferguson beat Edson Barbosa and not really move up in rankings at all. So just use them as kind of a guideline, and public opinion matters. The fights that people want to see matters, and that's why we have this fight here. After the Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald, candidate for fight of the decade, they are trying to recreate that, which you cannot do. You can't recreate masterpieces. However, you can put 2 people together with certain skill sets and mind frames that will guarantee a non-boring fight. And that's what we have here. This is probably going to be fight of the night. It's going to be spectacular. Carlos Condit, all-around fighter, was taken on the wing of Greg Jackson at age 15. And he's still there today. He has taken a liking to the Muay Thai, is one of the most deadly strikers, mean fighters, slicing elbows. He cuts you up, he beats you down. He's one of those fighters that you don't want to fight, because even if you win, he's going to beat you up. And the last two losses that he has, Tyron Woodley, we know he injured the knee, and that's what took him out of that. Also, the controversial loss against Johnny Hendricks, of which I thought was a draw. So I didn't think he won that fight, but I did think it was a draw. Carlos Condit is spectacular. Great personality, has a nice, easy charm about it. I hate to say this because I like them both so much, and I actually want to see him get the title at some point. Now, my other boy, Robbie Lawler, he's a few years older than me. I've been watching MMA for like all my life. I've watched him his whole career. I feel like I've grown up with him. So he has like a special place in my heart. He's gone through the ups and downs, the injuries. I thought he was gone. He came back, 33 years old, finally wins his first title. Watching him be the champ is such a joy because he loves it. He takes his time getting into the octagon, eats up the crowd. Even when he's just there watching, he eats it up. It's just a beautiful thing to watch someone enjoying being champion so much. So, humble guy, nice, easy personality, also another fan favorite. Also brutal style. He actually started off with karate at age 9, ended up wrestling in high school, was taken on the tutelage of Pat Miletich at age 16. He is now at a American top team, has taken a liking to the striking, the kicks, the kickboxing, is a punishing fighter. Like Carlos Condit, even if you beat Robbie, he's still going to beat you up. So he's not someone you want to fight. And as we saw the spectacular fight against him and Rory McDonald, he doesn't quit. You gotta put him down. Both these men don't quit. You gotta put him down. I don't know who's gonna win. It's not gonna end in the first round because both of these men are just too tough for that. They're too gangster for that. So this could end in maybe the third, maybe the fourth, maybe go all 5 rounds, but I doubt that as well. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be brutal. It's going to be who makes less mistakes. It's going to be who takes the risk. It's going to be who gets emotional, who gets desperate, who sticks to the game plan, who's able to maneuver and change within the fight, who can get creative in the fight, which both of them do, especially Carlos. Getting creative and the movement is on Carlos' side. He has great movement. He knows how to slide punches, get just out of range. Movement's on his side. Sheer ferocity and aggression and toughness, that controlled chaos, I would say is on Robbie's side. I don't know who's going to win this fight, but I can't wait. And I'm sticking with the champ, Robbie Lawler, and Steel. So let me know your picks. Let me know any injury updates. Hopefully there are none. Let me know how excited you are for this. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will have 15-second prediction and recap videos. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.